In business, there are certain things that the business manager needs to be conscious of. You're running a business, you are conscious of the entire business value chain. There are looking at the raw materials, inbound logistics, and everything that helps you make a product. For service, you're looking at your operation, which is where you make or manufacture your service.
Yes, are you ready?
You're looking at the outbound
what logistics,
which is how you move your products out. You're looking at marketing and sales, which is how, when the product gets to the market, you want the consumer to buy and pick up the product. And then at the end, you're looking at the services that you offer to support the product. In this entire realm, marketing is very important, especially for small and medium-sized businesses. If you are a big business, you have the luxury of firming out a lot of this work to consultants and other people who can work for you. As an SME, most of the time you don't have this luxury. And that is why when you look at marketing especially, which is a very critical part of your business as an SME, because you are thinking of the right product to make, decided that, you make the decision, you have made the product, you have done all of that, you are now deciding on how to take that product to the market and for that product to be profitable and to build a strong and enduring brand. That is where you need a lot of help as an SME in marketing and sales. That is where Ask Anna comes in. Who is Anna? Anna is your marketing director. She's your sales director. But because as a typical SME, you cannot afford to have someone in-house that is taking up those roles, you want to ask someone those questions. And Anna is the one that you need to ask the question. Who is Anna? Anna is your bot. Anna is your artificial intelligence tool. Anna is your knowledge worker. Anna is your marketing director, your sales director. But she's not sitting in your office, she's sitting in the cloud. So Anna is that person that you can ask any question from. When you download the app on your Android or on your iPhone and you install the app Ask Hannah, you can begin to ask any kind of question that you want to ask. How do I distribute my product in supermarkets? How do I fix my pricing?
Good morning again. I think this is 11:17. Thanks to the tech team for the education. As I said earlier, my name is Kelechi Onyenze. I work for Redwood Consulting, and in the room as well, some of my colleagues as well as other partners. It's a shame that we currently do not have quite a number of people in the room, but of course, for those of us that have taken out time, I'm pretty sure with what we will learn today, we definitely will be educated and better for it after now. I'm also optimistic that as we proceed, we definitely will have more people coming to the room. That said, I'm pretty sure webinars like this, it's no news to anybody. So the house rules, obviously, I do not want to dwell on the house rules. I mean, house rules like always stay muted, always take permission, put your hands, use the hand raising emoji when you want to talk, and the likes of it. Also, before I also want to proceed, I just want to give us like a small synopsis, or should I say background to why we've actually gathered here. I mean, just as we've seen in the video the tech team has been playing, this event is proudly brought to us by Ask Hannah. As the app had actually said, as the video had said, it had said so much about what Ask Hannah can actually do for SME businesses and even the large corporates as well, not just SME businesses. As they say, no knowledge is lost as it stands. What I just want to add to all we've probably seen in that video is to say that Axana is like the idea, the tech child of Redwood Consulting and our tech partners, Determinants, who are also ably presented here in the room. I think in the agenda today, we'll see how how we can actually leverage and enjoy the benefits of Axana. I think the team will do a mini demo that shouldn't take maybe 5 to 10 minutes max on how you can actually get the best from Axana. But that, of course, will definitely come as we continue to proceed. So in adding to the background of why we're gathered here, SME business is no news to anybody. In fact, it's the recent statistics, if we all follow the NBS statistics and the likes, we've seen that SME businesses contribute to about 49 to about 50% of our nation's GDP. And also are responsible, the SME businesses are responsible for 80% of employment as it stands. But as beautiful as this good news sounds, we also know that over 50%, if not more than that, of SME businesses fail within the first year. I'm quite for these failures. I mean, one of them is the poor infrastructure, which we are obviously averse to. And another major issue sitting right there on top of poor infrastructure is poor marketing and sales, which obviously better the whole idea, the concept, not just for this webinar, but obviously for why we even decided to develop the Axana platform to aid businesses, SME businesses especially, scale these big hurdles. So not to take too much time, before I would like to introduce our speaker today, and I'll just probably run through his profile. Permit me, because I'll have to read his profile because it's really elaborate. I mean, he's vast when it comes to promoting SME businesses, helping them succeed and scale the harsh realities that we find ourselves here in Nigeria, His name is Mr. Ifeanyi Otuya, and I'll just go ahead and just quickly run through his profile before I bring him in. Mr. Ifeanyi Otuya is an expert presenter and negotiator with strong business acumen and a great working skills. He's the head sales and trade development Lagos Island with the telecoms giant MTN Nigeria. Prior to that, he held various roles at MTN Nigeria as a customer acquisition manager, wholesale channel and key account management executive, regional. In fact, he had so many. In fact, he traversed the entire ladder of the sales channel within MTN Nigeria. He is a top performing professional known for boisterous efficiency of sales operations and possessing strong skills in client relations, account management, sales and marketing, as well as customer satisfaction. What more could we possibly ask today? Ifeanyi has a remarkable background of delivering remarkable contributions in achieving record-setting sales figures and driving business expansion. Fantastic. His ability to identify new business opportunities, I picked that because I want to also learn from Mr. Ifeanyi today. His ability to identify new business opportunities, develop key customer relationships, and negotiate profitable contracts has been well appreciated over the years. He is well versed in analyzing market trends and using data insights to inform sales strategies. That's really impressive. I mean, nothing speaks more to strategy than insight. Thank you very much, Mr. Thank you very much. Thanks to the tech team for projecting this. Thank you very much. Mr. Ifeanyi, if you can hear me, the floor is yours, sir.
Thank you. With a thumbs up that you can hear me. I'll be putting on my video shortly, but thank you so much for that introduction. I also want to thank everyone that has had time to join us this morning. Thank you. Out of your busy schedule, you're able to join us this morning. We'll all be learning together in this short time that we need to speak. Just quickly, let me just see, okay, my video, okay, it's a bit light, okay. So Kelechi, I don't know if this is good enough, so that we just go into
It's okay, sir. It's okay, and you're audible. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
This is good.
All right. Thank you. So we're just going to look at a couple of things this morning. Just to give background. Kelechi has already given us a good background to start off the discussion this morning. So many of the SMEs, as you all know today, have a good start, but sustaining it has always been a difficult trend so we're going to just look at what are the things we need to do, collaborating, what are the things we need to work together to project, to sustain the business. Because for everyone that has started a business, there's a cost, there's something that has propelled you, there's that thing that you've desire in your heart that that I want to achieve in starting off this business. So we're going to just look at different dimensions. Then we'll discuss a bit those nuggets. What are those things we are doing frequently that that is making our businesses not to grow? We'll just look at a few slides. Then we'll just take up our discussions from there. Just a moment. Let me just see if I can share from here. So Kelechi, just so let me just see. Let me just put up on my slides as we continue. Okay. Okay, so Kelechi, I don't know. The slide is not coming up from here, so I don't know if your
wow.
IT guys.
Okay. Okay, let me just IT team, can we help project the presentation? Can we just take maybe just 1 minute to get the deck up, please?
All right.
Thanks. Cool. Do you want to go to slide mode? Slideshow. Fantastic. Thanks. Okay, so I think the presentation is up now.
Okay. So thank you. Thanks, Kelechi. Thanks, team. So we'll just run through this slide quickly. Then we'll have discussions, we'll take questions. So we're just going to learn, so we'll just hear from different professionals as well that is in our midst. So what are we looking at specifically? Strategic SME growth through partnership, collaborating to dominate in the Nigerian business environment. We are all Nigerians, so we know what is going on in this business. However, we say things are difficult. Why people are running away out of this country? Other people are packing their briefcases and they are coming into the country. So how do we balance this? How do we balance this concept? So Nigerians are going out. We call it jackpot, as we all know. Then we have foreign investors packing in their bags and they are coming in. There must be something. So we must look at this balance. Where is this coming? Where can we balance this to know what is that thing they are seeing that we're not seeing? So let's just quickly go to the first slide in our presentation. So first slide, please. Okay, so this is the agenda. We're going to look at the uncertainty is real. There's no doubt about it. The uncertainty is real. We're not disputing that because we all live here. The nuggets for business, some of the things, we need to take away, some of the things we need to stop doing, and some of the things we need to start doing in our business. Then the 5 Ks, then the final tips and takeaway. The next slide, please. So the uncertainty is real. And I think Kelechi in his introduction has also given us this background. So I just wrapped it up in three concepts: government, social economy, and people. So if you look at the government aspect of it today, the access to finance is difficult, very difficult for SMEs. In all other nations of the world, there are specific loans for SMEs. There are specific financing for SME, but we don't see that here. So it's also a problem. So these are the uncertainty. They are real. Nobody is disputing the fact. The policies and regulatory environment is also not helping. So today the government policy comes in, tomorrow it changes even without notice, and it's also not helping our SME. So if we go to social economy, Forex exchange rate is so I work for a multinational. Throughout this year, we have found it difficult to buy things because we can't project, and we can't plan. The Forex keeps jumping up, down, so it makes it so difficult to plan on how you want to project for the year. So those realities are real. No one is disputing those facts. They are real and they are here with us. Okay, I think the slide is done now. Okay, please just put on slideshow. Let's put on slideshow so that our viewers can see as well. Okay, let me just continue. So I've spoken into Japa syndrome. Yeah, whether we like it or not, is affecting the workforce. So today, our group of intellects are leaving the country and going to work for other nations, putting that knowledge into other economy. We've talked about inflation. Today, inflation is about 34.19 or 34.2, but that is what the government is telling us. You go to the supermarket, you go to the market, inflation is as high as 44%. Today, one basket of tomatoes is over 100,000. And we're talking about minimum wage of 70,000. So the inflation is real. And as an SME, if you are not striving above inflation, it's a problem. You need to either be ahead of inflation. There's no way you can be striving under inflation and make way. High cost of power. So today, we don't even know what we are being measured. So it's a band A, band B, band D, band Z. You don't even know. Nobody is giving you the real calculations of, so the uncertainty are real. Insecurity, depending on where you are operating from. Where in Lagos, depending on where you're operating for, insecurity is also there. So you keep watching your back, you keep, investing a lot of money in security. You want to move goods from one point to the other, you have to attach a security personnel. All those are costs that you are not meant to incur. Then we'll go to people. Competition is there, the skill shortage is there. I've talked about Japa syndrome, is there as well. So all these uncertainties are real. So let's go to the next slide where we'll talk about what the noise is all about. The noise in the system at the moment is real. The noise in the system, so we talked about inflation, has risen to 18-year all-time this year. 18 years all-time inflation has blown over the roof. Currency depreciation, we've also seen that. Restriction of tariff review. So some of you in the SMEs, you can't really move with the trend of the inflation. You want to increase your, I was just having a discussion with a colleague yesterday. I said, have you noticed what the quick service restaurants are doing today? They are all trying to maintain price, but the quantity has reduced drastically. So you buy a 1,005 or 2,000 plate of of rice or spaghetti, as the case may be. When you check the quantity, you can actually count them. So the quantity has reduced, even the quality has reduced. The foreign exchange reform, we've talked about that. Intense competition pressure for market share is also there. That things that you also see in the SME platform, because you also need, as we go on, with our nuggets, you also need to align yourself with the people you are doing business with, so that you are not off the radar. Because as soon as you are off the radar, you just be standing alone, and before you know it, you start losing businesses. We look at the CBN loan interest rate at 26 points. Wow. So we talked about this earlier. When in other nations, there are specific loans for business entrepreneurs. There are specific loans for them, majorly carved out for them, just to boost the economy. Then we look at all these challenges, multiple agency regulation. We've talked about this pressure in my own sector. Is something that that is almost killing the business. So today somebody just woke up from the wrong side of the bed. He said, this is the next thing we'll start doing. And nobody is checkmating all this. So the noise in the system is real. The noise in the system at the moment is real. However, are we going to go with the noise, or are we going to strategize? Are we going to find a way to live above the water? So that's why we're having this discussion this morning. What do we need to do to live above the water? That's why we're having this discussion, because we're here as of today. So we must make our business environment profitable. We must make our business environment comfortable for us. And that's bring us to our next, like we said, nuggets for business successes. Nuggets. What do we need to do? First here is stay off operations if you want your business to grow. Some of us are so entangled in operations. And, I will still go further to explain this. We're so entangled with operations. Hire people to do operational work for you. They don't need to be 100. They don't need to, because you need to stay strategic. You need to reposition yourself. So as the trend is shifting, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you need to realign yourself. And you cannot realign yourself doing operational things. So you need to align yourself with the trend, how the business is moving. Streamline your business processes and operations to improve productivity and reduce costs. At the times we are, you must reduce costs to the barest minimum. These are not time for jamborees. These are not time, let's do as other. No. You must reduce costs of operation. Utilize available technology. I'm happy that when we joined this program, as for those that joined earlier, we talked about technology. As Anna, use technology to advance your business. And that takes us to the second one. You say, don't focus on strategy alone. Yes, I talked about strategy, but you don't need to focus on it alone. Prioritize customer satisfaction by ensuring the customer's feedback are taken seriously. In Nigeria, one of the things that have killed businesses is feedback. In my area of expertise, I can tell you for free, feedbacks in the street can kill your business within an hour. Oh, they say, this is theirs. They just keep passing it. So we must take customers' feedback seriously. If a customer said, I am not satisfied the way I was treated, I was not satisfied the way don't just wave it as in, is it not just one person speaking? No. It can spread like a virus. And they will keep telling one other person, and it keeps spreading, because the feedback, especially when it's on the negative side, spread very fast like wildfire. Focus on customer loyalty by providing excellent services and improving services based on customers' needs and preferences. We must watch what our customers. So these are just nuggets. These are things I want you to begin to look. As you're hearing this, do a self-appraisal. am I doing this? What do I need to stop? What do I need to do? Personalized services, as everyone is unique. Every feedback that you get, prioritize customer satisfaction and feedback, because every of your customer is unique. Don't finance what you cannot afford. This also has kid businesses. Don't finance what you cannot. Don't say because John is doing it, I have to do it. You go to the bank, you borrow money. Don't finance. Let your value, not price. You can't compete with price. Sometimes let value drive. Don't do things because others are doing it. Stay true to your business focus. Stay true to your cause. Build strong relationships for business growth. We'll talk more about that, because we're also looking at collaborating. What can we do collaborating? Focus on free ventures and those you can easily afford to expand your business connections. Don't finance what you can't afford. Build a business that will outlive you. Some of us, we focus our businesses as at today. We hear of the KFCs of this world. Build a business. And what do I mean when I say build a business that will outlive you? It's all about structure. Put a structure to your business. Don't do OKK and Sons. Anything goes. As you're passing by, you branch and say, John, give me 200,000. Let me use to buy fuel. No, let it be a structure. There should be a system in place. Let it be a structure that drives your business. Even as a business owner, put yourself in a salary structure. Don't say I'm the owner. I can take money anytime I like. Today you take 200. Next tomorrow you take 300. You can't account for businesses like that. Create a unique business strategy that outlines unique products and services, target market, and growth. You must put a structure that drives your business. One of the things that have helped MTN today is structure. There's always business continuity, whether you're there or not. Whether you are on leave for 3 months, there's always business continuity. Don't be one man island. And if I'm not around, everything remains standstill until I return. No. Your business should not be structured in that format. Your business should be structured in the format that if I'm away, the businesses will run, because there's already a structure. There's always checks and balances that have been put in place to check everyone. There's always business continuity, whether I'm around or not. So put a structure to your business. So we've just looked at 4 business nuggets for success. We've just looked at 4. Stay off operations. Don't focus on strategy alone. Don't finance what you can't afford. Build a business that out. This number 4 is critical. It has nothing you want to take away from this slide. This number 4 is critical. Build a businesses that will outlive you, because it projects you to the future. Don't build a businesses because you just want to reap just for a short time. You just want to gain out of it now. Oh, because everybody is doing it. Everybody's into making pure water. Let me just join them. No. Put a structure and do a business that will outlive you. By that, innovation comes in. Because if you are looking at the future, the innovations keep coming in, because you are not just looking at now. And I want every CEO, every MD on this call to begin to look at the future. What am I planning? How am I these businesses when I'm not there anymore? How do others project? How will this business project when I'm today? We'll have the likes of God is Good. We'll have the likes of ABC Transport. The owners are no more, but the businesses are running, even running better now than the way they have started. Put a business that will outlive you, not a business for the time of now. Next slide, please. So this is the crux of the matter. We're going to look at how do we survive. So we've looked at the uncertainty, we've looked at the noise, everywhere, you and I are all in it. But let's not be engulfed in that. We also looked at this nuggets to succeed in business. And now we are going into the cross of the matter. What do we need to do? We're going to look at 5 Ks. Please, I really want you to pay attention to this next slide. The 5 Ks: know your market, know your customer, know how you lose money. Some of us don't know how we lose money. You don't know how you lose money. You just take it as trend. No. You must know how you lose money. Know how you make money. Yes. Know how you make money. And finally, know your processes. Some of our business owners, we need to put processes that we must follow. We just talked about your business outliving you. You must put a process to run your business. And when I mean process, how we recruit a staff, what the staff will be paid, how we appraise the staff. I'm just using that as an example. How you have to put all that in a process format. And that's how everybody follows the process. So let's go to the next slide. How do you know your market? You have to know the market index of where you operate. So I don't know the businesses you are doing, but I'm going to see some examples. Understand the market that you are going into to venture into. The Nigerian market is large and very fragmented. You want to make sure you do good amount to due diligence and market research. So don't just jump. I've talked about this before. Don't just jump into businesses because others are doing it. And for those of us that are already into businesses, know your market index. What is my market all about? Am I into clothing? Am I into sewing? What is that market index? I was just talking to a colleague last week. She was going for an interview, and I asked her, do you know who your competitors are? He said, I don't really need to know. I said, no, you need to know. Who are the people going in that same interview with you? Evaluate them. What is their stronghold? What is their weak point? What you need to know to prepare yourself. Same in the business, you need to know your market index. That part of business you have ventured into, you need to know what the index is all about. You need to know where to plug in and get value. We talked about value, not price. We need to know where to plug in and get your value. Exploit the opportunities. I'm in the telecom business today. It's not everything our competitors do, we do. Oh, sometimes they give out cars, they'll give out aeroplane, sometimes we don't do that. You don't drag with your competitors because they are moving, you want to move in the same direction. It can be a distraction. Oh, we are running a promo, we want to give houses. All of a sudden, you are panicked. You say, okay, I want to also start giving houses. And you don't have the fund. You have to plug in and use your value to compete. So you must know where to plug in and get your value. Know the top businesses opportunity to explore. Exactly where your customers are. What your unique value propositions are. You must have a unique value propositions that is different from others. Today, I use 2 barbering salons for my haircut. When I go to one, oh, there's AC, there's everything, there's newspaper to read while you're waiting. Why the other one? When you go there, all the music inside the place wants to blow off your head. Value propositions. They are doing the same thing, but they are giving different values. You must look at your value proposition. What are you bringing to the table? Not price. What value are you bringing to the table? So the first K that we have looked at is know your market. Next slide, please. The second one is know your customer. And I will illustrate, please just pardon me, I will illustrate this slide with just two what's it called now? 2 businesses that I've just put here. That's Buko and Kelechi, some of these things are very tiny. I can even hardly see the pictures, but I don't know if our viewers are seeing it. Then it's fine. It's for them. So if they are seeing it, is okay. Okay, so look at these two. Look at these two brands. Just before I speak on this, look at these two brands. We have Ebano, we have Boku. I want you to begin to think about these two brands. Have you looked at the way Boku has spread? Have you looked at the areas they have built their shops? Have you taken time to look at their strategy? If you've not done that, I'm challenging you today. Look at where they have put their shops today. Look at, that's my first assignment to everyone on this call. Look at where Boku has put all their shops across Lagos. You need to know your customer. You need to know what your customer wants. You need to know what your customer satisfaction index is. It can help you to navigate the period we are. They came, if you enter that store today, they are unique in their own way. You know, they don't have a chiller in Boku stores. They don't have a chiller. You can't walk into a Boku store and pick a cold drink from a chiller or from a fridge, because they have studied the market and they know where to play on. And they have put themselves in that location. Every time I visit, you see queue. What exactly are they waiting for? You need to know your customer and the place to position your business. Look at Ebano today. Where are their spreads? You need to know how to position your business. Know where to find your customers. Look at where they started. Even after the incident, they still remained in that place. There's a reason why. Know where to find your market. Know where to find your customers. Make sure that you identified with your customers, where they exist, what they want, where they go to. So after you have finished knowing the market, the other thing you need to do is to know your customer. What do they really want? Because it will help you to position your business where you want it to be. Next slide, please. Then the third K is know how you lose money. You must know. You must know how you lose. Who is your nearest competitor? If you don't know today, assignment number 2. Who is your nearest competitor? You must know. If they don't buy from me, who are they buying from? Your staff should know about this. I once visited one of my partners, and she kept on complaining, oh, I'm not making money, I'm not making money, I'm not making money. The woman, gray hair everywhere. I said, but I just walked through your staffs and I saw some playing games on their phone. I saw some putting legs on the table. It doesn't seem like there's a problem here. She said, it doesn't concern them now. All they want is at the end of the day, I pay salary. I said, no, it's because you have not taught them. Everybody should be involved, including your gate man. They should know how you lose money. We are all involved. Look at these 2 brands that I've used, or 3 brands I've used for illustration. We have Burger King and McDonald's. These are in stiff competition. We have Coca-Cola, we have Pepsi. You must know who your competitors are. If they don't buy from me, who is the next person? What is that next person offering as a substitute? Why are they going there? You must know. Look at Nike and Adidas. You must know. Please, if you're not doing that today, it's one of the things and it's one of the ways to navigate the periods we are. You must know your competitors. I cannot be in a race, and I don't know my competitors. Go and ask track and field athletes. Before they get to final, they know who their competitors is. And they are watching out for the person. Don't say it doesn't matter. When we get there, when we get to that bridge, we'll cross the bridge. No. You must know if they are not buying from me, if it's not me, who do they go to? And what is that guy offering? So it's assignment number 3 that I'm giving today. If you have not been doing it, go and find out. Ask your staff on Monday. Have a meeting with them and say, if we lock our shop today, if we close business today, who is next to us? And hear from them the kind of things they will say to you. That is how to navigate. What is he offering? So you must know how you lose money today in the area where I play, in my area of business today. I know who my competitors are, and they know me as well. And I watch them. I watch their numbers. I watch their moves. I watch everything they do. If they introduce a new offer, I go and restudy. Why do they put a new offer? And what are they looking at? I look at the period we are. Oh, okay, now it's July. They are going into August. This is the 3rd quarter. Why are they doing this? You must, as a business owner, know how your competitors are moving and know how you lose money. Next slide, please. You're also very, very important. Yes, I know this assignment will not be as difficult as others because definitely you know how you make money. You must know how you make your own money. Know what brings money to the business. A lot of businesses in Nigeria are built on interpersonal relationships. You must prioritize face-to-face meeting. You must meet people. You cannot be an island, a one-man riot. You must meet people. You must interact. You must build networks. That is one of the strategies to survive these times we are. You must meet people face to face. You must be open. And that's one of the things we're doing today. You must attend seminars like this. You must build relationships. You must exchange contacts. Early in the year, I was in Lagos Business School for a course. Some of the people I met there, we've had discussions. Some of them work in different companies. Some of them have given discounts for products. You must make that contact. You can't be one man sitting in your own island all alone. Make contacts so that you know how you can bring in more money, bring in more value into your business. And one of the things, again, I want to ask the convener of this program, please, for every of this seminar, can we build a database where people can interact? They need to know ourselves. We need to measure impact of what we have done. Of course, my direct reports know this. For every initiative we roll out, we must measure impact. Nothing is for jamboree. If it's not working, we go back to the table. You must measure impact. Oh, they are giving for everybody that visits the data outlet, they give them 1 bottle of Coke. Doesn't mean we should start the same. And even if we start, what is impact? Before we started and after we started, what is the impact? You should be able to measure both sides. What has it brought? What has this initiative brought? What has this connection brought? You must be able to measure impact in your businesses. Don't be too busy to do that. You must know how you make money. We've talked about how you lose money. You must know how you make money. And one of them is building networks. One of them is building connections. Don't be an island. Don't be one man sitting alone. Rub minds, collaborate. You see most businesses today, even in telecoms, we collaborate. Some of the base stations you're seeing today carry 4 networks in one compound because we know the cost of diesel now. Yes, we're in stiff competitions, but when it comes to things like that, we need to collaborate to save cost. So building networks is good. Attending conferences, networking activities is also good. And one of these is one of these is what you're doing this morning. And that's why I'm challenging the convener of this. Build a network where everyone interacts together. We need to know ourselves. What do you do? Kelechi, what kind of business? You're a consultant. Okay, can I bring you into my programs? Can I bring you into my partners forum so that you speak to them? We must coexist. We must. However, you must also know how you make money. Next slide, please. Your processes. Know your end-to-end how your business works. Yes, I know you are the CEO. Yes, I know you are the MD, but know your processes. If today we bring in one customer, what will that customer bring to us? What is the next thing? What is the next thing? What is the next thing? You must know end-to-end of your processes. And I'm challenging every business owner here. Don't run your businesses and say, I sit in the top. They are down. I don't know. Let me go and ask them. I will get back to you. Let me go and ask them how we do this. No, no, no. As a business owner, you must know end-to-end of your operations, how it is run, even when you are not involved. But you know how it works. Are we into bread making? How many grams is our bread? Is it 850? Is it 900? Okay. Are we having a smaller? You must know how your processes run. How many bread we get out of one bag of flour? You must know. You must know how your processes run end to end. Even while you are sitting there making partnership, building relationship, networking, you must know how your processes run. Just like I've said earlier, there should be business also continue to put a process that even when you are not there, the business is running. Even when you are not there, the business is running. I've had to interact with so many business owners in my field. Once they go for summer, everything shuts down. And we are in summer now. Yes, most of them will be traveling now. There will be no check signing. There will be no fund transfer. Everything shuts down. For the 1 month they will be away. The business will remain stagnant until they. No, it shouldn't be that way. Put a process. If I'm to raise money, what is the requisition? What am I writing? It should be reviewed by someone else. What do you want to buy? What is this for? There should be an end to end. When you put processes in place, it reduces cost. It reduces, it reduces people abusing their job duties, and also partner. Also, because I deliberately put partnership here, because we've talked about partnership in our processes. You need to partner to stay afloat. Next slide, please. The final tips and takeaway before we open room for discussions. How you start a journey is crucial. Maintaining momentum can be challenging. That's where the work is. It's just like walking on the ropes. That is where the work is. But finding the inner voice to keep going is all it takes to overcome. Stay true to your cause. Don't be derailed. There's so many distractions. Stay true to your cause. Always do a self-evaluation. Why did I start this business in the first place? If you're able to answer those questions, that's where the inner voice comes. If you're able to answer those questions, you'll be able to stand firm and continue to forge ahead. Don't be distracted. Don't be the noise. Yes, the noises are real. The uncertainty are real. but don't be distracted because surely they will be here. There's no perfect system. There's no perfect system. Surely those noise are everywhere. Even for those that are traveling abroad, the noise is on. There's a different kind of noise that is there. But stay true to your core. Start this business. What is my focus? What is my projections? What am I thinking of doing? This is 2024. Where am I looking at this business? At the end of the year, December 31st, what do I want to look back and say we have achieved in this business? You must be able to answer that question as an entrepreneur, as a business owner. You should be able to answer that questions before you are able to put that inner vision into practice. So at this point, I will say thank you for listening. So I'll just take questions at this time. So Kelechi, I don't know how we want to take the question segment, but thank you for listening, and I'm here for any questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. That was really, really insightful. While you're even talking, as I said earlier, before I introduced you, I said I was only going to learn myself. You should see my notes now. I've taken quite a number of, insights, and in fact, this is really fantastic. And I tend to actually apply them to my own business as well, or career as it may be. So yeah, the way we'll go is I will allow the tech team allow members to actually use the emoji, the hand-raising emoji, if they want to ask questions, or the chat room to drop their questions. And I'll obviously read the questions from the chat room, or have them raise their hands, and if they want to ask you the questions directly. So we can actually use next 3, 4, 5 minutes to do that.
Okay. All right, that's fine.
And we proceed from there. That works for you. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. So let me just go into the chat room to see whether anybody has dropped any question. Nothing for now. So, but if anybody wants to raise their hand and ask a physical question, or should I say virtual verbal question? Okay, yeah, I see Oluwatife has his or her hand up. Okay. So please go ahead.
All right. Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Ifai, for being insightful knowledge you shared with us. Yeah, I actually share the same sentiments as Mr. Kelechi actually said. I have a lot of things written down in my notes, and I'm hoping I know I will still get 1 or 2 things out from there today. Thank you for putting this program up. People like us really appreciate this. Thank you, Mr. Kelechi. I actually did not know much about. I just remember I saw this link and I added it to my calendar. I got reminded, and I'm glad I really did. Thank you to whoever put this up. I really appreciate. And to my question, so I'm actually outside Nigeria, so. From me being outside Nigeria, I saw this opportunity outside Nigeria, and I thought to myself, okay, I saw a business that I think I could start in Nigeria, and thank God you even said something like that. Some people are going out and some people are returning back to the country. So I just saw it as an opportunity, and okay, guy, just start up this business, even though it's like the first of its kind for me. But then I was like, okay, I'll learn along the line. At least I've done 1 or 2 small business in the past. This will just flow as well. But upon starting, I got a lot of challenges. I just have to be honest. Even adding to the fact that I'm not readily available on site, so it's a lot challenging for me. But then, my question is actually in two ways. Okay. So, sir, the question is, once you're starting a business, let's assume you started a business, maybe just considering the fact that you're able to get money to start.
Okay. I can't hear him anymore.
Yes, I think probably network. Okay, he's back in. Well, what if we lost you for like a few seconds there?
Yes.
Oh, all right. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. So, can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So along the line, I kind of discover there are a couple of skills that I really need to possess to be able to smoothly run the business. But doing self-assessments, I know I'm still lacking in those regards. But then the business have to keep running, and time to is of excellence. So my question is, what do you think in that regards? Do you think it's better I try to get up somebody with better experience than I am, to maybe to serve in the post of maybe the managerial role, like the operations that you said, you don't really have to be in the operations of things, or I should just rely on my own ability to learn and adapt to changes or situation, maybe over time. But then you're also considering that, time. Time is very, very important. So that's the first one. Should I ask the second one, or I should just...
Go ahead.
Okay. Yes, then the second question is, which would you rather go for between you hiring a professional to get things done, or you training a loyal person, maybe somebody that is better, that is more knowledgeable in this area, or you focusing on training maybe your loyal employees to be able to get better? I don't know, which one would you rather lean towards?
Okay, thank you so much. I didn't quite get your name, please, if you don't mind.
Boluwatife.
Boluwatife. Okay, thanks for asking that questions. Okay, so what I see here is you have the zeal to own a business, but the time constraint is there because you are always you're always not there. So let me start from your second question. You say would you rather train someone that is loyal to you or hire an expert to run that business? Am I correct? I want to start from the second one.
Yes, that's true.
Okay, so I once met, let me just tell you this story and maybe you catch up with, I don't know how many of us that knows Cross Charis. Okay, so we invited him for a session and he told us how he started his business. So he used to do what they call not boy. I want to remember the exact name. So if you go to Ladipo, you know those boys that runs to you to say, we have these parts, we have where they are selling these parts. So he used to do that as a young boy. But gradually begin to understand the business. He begin to understand the parts and every bit of car parts that is required for a business. If you've checked, if you have observed very carefully, those boys, immediately you mention what the problem is, they can call the exact parts you are looking for. However, he was making money. He wanted to start his own business, but that education part was not there. Practical, he knows it, but the theoretical part of it, he doesn't. So what did he do? He knows every pin that is in a car. If you say a car is checking now, you can tell you exactly what it, but he needed the theoretical part of it, then embedded with the practical knowledge he has. What did he do? He went to hire experts, graduates, PhD holders. Why am I telling you this story? Because I want you cannot always be there. But however, remember, you need to have a knowledge of the business you are running. If you don't have a knowledge of the business you are running, people can run you out of the business. You will just become a site, how do they call it? You now become spectator in your own business. So because he knows the practical ends, he got experts from the theoretical side to merge to form a formidable force of what we see today as Cross Charis. So he's involved in it, but he's not really involved in it because he has recruited people. So my challenge to you this morning is, this business you're running, do you know about it? If the answer is yes, then you can bring in expertise to run the business for you. And when you bring in expertise, I have a problem with loyalty. especially if it's coming from family members into businesses. I've seen family members run businesses to the floor. They will say, after all, we will go settle for house. We will go, you can. Then when you get there, the kind of things you'll be hearing, do you want to kill him? Is it not your brother? Is it not your cousin? Is it not, do you want to kill him? Let's settle this thing. Let's settle it amicably. It's a family problem. And people, the narrative will change. I've been in those scenarios. Narrative will change. Nobody is looking at the problem the person has caused. Everybody is not looking at it. Shebi is just a family member. So to your question, yes, you can bring in an expert to run the business. However, you must know about that business. If not, you become a spectator. The expert, if the expert discovers that you don't know much about the business, he can take an advantage of it. And that is why I said you need to know your market. You don't necessarily need to be there, day-to-day running the operation, carrying table, carrying chair. No. But you need to understand. When they give you the books at the end of the day, at the end of the month, you can look at it and know that something went wrong. You need to know the business. Okay? So for your second question, yes, you can hire an expert in that narrative because you can't do everything. You can't do everything alone. However, I'm challenging you to know about that business. Take out time to understand that business so that when you ask questions, when you request for inputs, people the expertise you've hired will know that you are not a learner. You know what you are doing. If not, they will run you out of the business and you become a spectator. It's whatever they tell you. Oga they come. You know that he doesn't know what we're doing. Okay, just remove 2 here, add 1 here. Oga will just, Oga, we have not done anything. Everything's just because they know you don't understand the business. And before you know it, you will just be making losses. Now, so your first question, yes, for every business you want to go into, I've said that before, take time to study about their business. Take time to study about it. Yes, you are busy, you are moving around. Take time to study about that business and understand it. You don't necessarily need to be there. No, I don't subscribe that, every day I must be in the office for things to. No, I don't subscribe to that. But understand, take out time to study about it. You can do online courses, you can go to Coursera, you can do free courses, just read about that businesses to understand what goes at your spare time. Take those courses to understand what that business is all about. Do some research, ask people, people that have been in that business as well. Study their line, their profile, to understand it. It's for your knowledge sake, because this is a future you're building. This is something that will outlive you. And you don't want a situation whereby probably we're talking about networking now. When you go to network and you're talking with people and you say, you share cards and they say, you do this, you do that. You should be able to speak to what you do. In as much as you are not the one involved in all the day-to-day operations, you should be able to speak to it and say, this is what we do, this is how we do it, this is how we generate revenue, this is how we do that and all that. But you don't necessarily need to always be around, and that is why you need to bring in experts to run the business for you. I hope I've been able to throw more light to your questions. Are you still with us?
Yeah, I think I still see him in the room, but maybe he's having network issues or something. Yeah, he's still here. Okay, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, you definitely did justice to the question, and it's really there's no excuse to ignorance, as I always say, because as a business owner, having that in-depth understanding and knowledge of your business is there's no alternative to it. There's no substitute to it. You have to be vast in what you do. Otherwise, as you clearly said, you'll be taken for granted even by your own staff, and of course, you just lose. That I would like to read out. This is from Francisca, and it says, "I would like to ask, sir, how do you handle a business with a very high turnover rate? Did you get that, sir?
Yes. How do you handle a business with a very high turnover rate? Very interesting questions, because immediately money starts coming in. So what I would say first, as soon as those income starts coming, okay, hold on. Let me get your question. You say, how do you handle a business with high? Come again, Kelechi, with that question, because I need to get something clear there.
With a high turnover rate.
High turnover. Okay, high turnover rate. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So there's always a humble beginning. I won't want people to rush into a business that the turnover rate is much. So, and that is why I said, stay true to your course. Don't go to place things, don't buy things you can't afford. Okay? There's always a humble beginning. Everybody started small. Go check. I've just given you one story now of cost chariots. If the business has a high turnover rate, there's always a starting point. And I want to say, okay. So I saw something now. Just hold on. Kelechi, there's a drop note. I think she's trying to clear that questions. Let me see.
Okay, let me try and read it out.
She's trying to clear that question.
She says turnover in terms of staff strength.
Oh, in terms of staff strength.
Yes, when you have to change staff.
So do you mean they are churning? I want to understand your question.
Okay, maybe what I should just do, Francesca, do you just want to unmute and just ask the question directly?
Are they churning? Yes. Are they? Is it that you employ them, they churn? You employ them, they churn. I want to understand what you mean by high turnover rate.
Hello, Francesca. Francesca, sorry. Do you want to unmute and clarify?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yes, I've been trying to unmute, but I think I needed to be allowed if I can do that.
Okay.
Okay, so let me just shed light to the question. The question is, there are some kinds of businesses that no matter what you do, you have to train the staff you are employing. You have to give them some level of training, which you would invest in before they can work with you. So what do you do when people keep resigning because of the fact that there's a high turnover rate? So how do you handle such? Because you've invested in those staff and they have to leave and there's nothing you can do about it. You can't beg them to stay. And then you still have to keep your business going. So that's the question.
Okay. Thank you, Francis. So what you are saying is you train them, they stay a little while, they go. Okay, so in that aspect, so it's churning, they are churning out. So after you've invested into them, they have not really given back to the business and they leave. So in that aspect, I would say that's where the business continuity has to come in, and there's nothing you can do to that. Today, the youth of today, from what I see, they hardly want to stay in one place. They call them JZ, Gens. I don't know what they call them these days. Maybe Kelechi will educate us more. I have them all over in my office. They just wake up one morning, they will say that they don't want to work again. What is the reason? I'm having mental issues. I'm stressed. Okay, did you get another job? No. So what do you want to do? I want to just go home and sit down. So that is what we are being faced with today. However, in that aspect, there's always a trigger. There's always a red flag. Once you start seeing that person behaving that way, because of business continuity, you have to put someone to shadow him or her. So what I've done in my own little experiences, I have them a lot in my office. I've Two just woke up recently and said they don't want to work again, and they left with all the training the business has given to them. And they just went. However, because there's business continuity, because there's a process, their living did not really affect. You can't stop churning. You can't stop churning. You can't stop churning. Because if that person has made up their minds they want to leave, and you keep trying to stop them, they can become toxic. They can become toxic. And yes, they might want to stay, start negotiating with you, pay me more. Okay, the issue is money, pay me more. Then you pay them more money, they start behaving in that same process, and you still want to keep them. They become toxic. They will start influencing others to do same. However, put a process, and that's what we say, know your process. Put a process that guides that issue. For example, if you have a business, let one person not be the sole knowledge bus stop for that particular thing. So I have some of my partners that will tell me, oh, the guy that handles tasks is not around, so therefore I can't place order. He is sick, he did not come to work. So I would not ask, so what happens to all these other people? They don't have us. No, he's the expert in that. He's the only one that knows how to do it. He's not around. No. Don't run your business that way. That one person can hold you to ransom. Don't run your business that way. Run your business in such a way that everybody, put it in open. Everybody knows everything. There's nothing. See, when you run your business and you make everyone see that they are not, there's nothing special about you. If you're not around, this business will run. It will even make them stay. If you run your businesses and put everything on one person's head and make him one special gold or one special, when he will continue to threaten you with leaving. So to answer your question, yes, you can't stop churning. There's no strategy today that's in place to stop churning. However, you can structure your business that when you have invested in them and they want to leave, there's always there's that vacuum they want to create. There's always someone to fill it. I know, yes, we're talking about SMEs that doesn't have too much, a large number of work staff. And that is why you as a business owner first must know about your business. Secondly, don't make any staff indispensable that if he's not around, it's a showstopper. Nothing can move. No, don't do that, because if the person goes without knowledge, it's going to stall that business. I've seen it happen. And I'm sure I can see our daddy in this call. He will attest to what I'm saying. If one person is the only person that knows how to do everything, no, it's not good. Let them be business continuity. Put a process that everybody can be called upon to do everything in your business, so that when the churning comes, another person steps in. But you can't stop churning. Even in telecoms, people churn. So today, somebody can buy a SIM card of MTN. Tomorrow he says, I don't want to use it. He throws it away. He buys Glo, or he buys Airtel. You can't stop it. The same thing they do in the workforce. The churn rate is high because of the people, the youth we have into the workforce today that we call Gen Z and Gen Z and all that. So you put a process that guides, and this is where technology comes in. I must speak to this. This is where technology comes in as well. And I'm happy we're having this seminar. Technology can also guide that. Automate your processes and reduce human interference. Like I said, if somebody wants to go and you keep putting, it becomes toxic, it becomes worse for your business. And when it becomes toxic, you start telling other staffs things in the negative way. Start telling them, I want to go, and they're saying I should stay. Okay, no problem, I'm staying now. I'm staying, but I won't be doing anything. I'll just be staying. I won't be doing anything. It becomes toxic. And before you know it, the other staff start behaving that way. Put a process, automate your processes. If it's something technology can handle, let technology handle it so that you can be in control all the time. Automate your processes. Yes, it might look more expensive, but on the long run, it saves you some headache. Because yes, the churn rate is high. Today, we have a certain skill force that we call canvassers. Every day they are churning. You can bring in 4 people today. By the end of the day, 2 will remain. By the next day, 1 will remain. You start the process all over again. When you recruit them, you train them. When you recruit them, we want to automate some of those processes so that, you know, we don't have to have human interference. But there are some businesses that it must be human interference to run those skills, but also use technology. And I'm sure this Ask Anna seminar will also solve some of those issues. I hope I've been able to answer your question. Are you still with us, Francisca?
Yes, she's still here. She's still here. But I'm sure you definitely did justice to the question, because what I was just going to chip in is to say, yes, because I know you obviously hammered that when you were talking about processes in terms of how you actually manage the level of churning or attrition as it may be. And of course, underneath, the underlay of that process is getting your HR system. And you also talked about system, getting your HR system fully functional in place. And you're rightly on the spot to say you cannot obviously stop these things. It's something that is as true as daylight. So, but when you have the right systems in place, whether it's HR, whether it's a business, whether it's in your business model, you definitely are able to have a buffer, regardless of whatever rates of attrition or churning that happens within your organization. But yes, having the right from the get-go, having the right system is apt to this. Okay, so I think there's one more comment. Okay, yes, the same from Francisca. And I also, I think my team has actually dropped a link for anybody who's interested to download the Axana app. It's available on Android and iOS. The Axana app, as we said, and we continue to say over and over again, is that free AI marketing and sales tool that some of us in the room as SMEs or as business owners should actually have to actually scale certain hurdles when it comes to all we've been saying since today. So that's really good. I do not see any other questions, and I think we've actually exhausted. I mean, if we stay here, we probably can talk for the whole of today, because I keep getting. In fact, I'm excited. Let me just put it like that. I'm really, really excited. Because it's really, really insightful, because collaboration, or should I say co-creation, is something that most businesses find, they tend to see it as a taboo to business, to their growth, which obviously it shouldn't be so. I mean, if I can collaborate with Mr. A or co-create with Mr. B to achieve the same goal, if I've gone or stand the risk of failing if I've gone alone, and I know I will get better results if I collaborated with B and C. Why not? But and there's something I really penned down here. I called it competitive collaboration. That's really unique, and it came out from one of your decks. I mean, competitive creation, where you are talking about the mast, or should we call it the base stations that you share with other IT tech firms and all that. That's really insightful. Who would have known that such could even happen in a straight jacket industry like telecoms? But it's really interesting to know, because in consulting, where I play, and marketing and all that, where I also play, we see this happens. We have interconnection agencies. We come together, put our minds together, and we go forward to actually pitch certain ideas to the client. So thank you very much, sir. I think there's a comment in the session. Okay. Francisca was responding to you to say thank you very much. You did justice to the question. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. I think we've come to the end. If you have, sir, you're saying.
Add this.
Yes, sir.
There's no harm in collaborating. There's no harm, even if there are people in your field of business. There's no harm in it, because a shared risk is better than taking the risk alone. So there's nothing. You can also collaborate even with people not in your field as well. Today, we collaborate with, there's an initiative we're running with NMPC. You can collaborate. It's a shared risk, so that whatever that comes out of it, you are not bearing it alone. You have someone else also to share it with. In this economy we are, things are tough, and you don't just want to, and that's what they said, my people say, when you get to a river, you use your toe to test the water. You use your toe to touch the water, if it's hot or cold. You don't just dive into it immediately. So if you collaborate, you have just shared the risk. You just shared it across, and it helps you as a business owner. It reduces cost. We are talking about managing cost. It reduces cost, and there's nothing wrong with collaboration. Collaboration is good, and that's why I'm happy that the link has been created. Join, share ideas, get to know some people, put up faces to them. You can even schedule Zoom meetings or Teams meetings with them, and see, okay, what do you do? What kind of business do you do? How, share ideas. And, it is better than to be a one man sitting on the whole island all alone and say, I just want to stay on my own. I don't want to do business with anybody. Even life itself is a risk. Life is a risk. We are not even, nobody is assuring you of tomorrow. Life itself is a risk. Business, you take the risk. If you ask the Dangotes of this world, if they tell you the risk they have taken, the sleepless nights they have had, you won't believe it. So life is a risk. And that's why I want everyone that has joined this morning, get to know each other as entrepreneurs and SMEs. Talk. Where can we collaborate together? What kind of business do you do? Am I into logistics? I might be into logistics. You might be into other business. I can run logistics for you, and we collaborate. Instead of you thinking, oh, how do I move these goods from island to mainland? Oh, I'm having headache. And that's why I say stay off operations. Operations can give you headache. You start running, I have 10 cartons. How do I move them to the mainland? And your whole day is consumed thinking about how to move 10 cartons to the mainland. And that's why collaboration is good. If you collaborate, someone else handles your logistics. Today in MTN, we're not interested on our base stations. We outsource it to the experts. The experts are managing our base station. We outsource so many of our vast products to experts. We are focused on telecoms. We want to run the telecoms and run it to the end, because that is where our own expertise are. So when you collaborate, you give some out of those businesses that takes much of your time, gives you headache, those business operations. Collaboration can handle all that for you. While you focus on the core of your business, focus on that one that is your dream, your vision that you want to drive forward. You focus on it, because you see, when you want to do everything, I want to be the logistics man, I want to be the producer, I want to be by the time you know what is happening, you are nowhere. You'll just be revolving around. You have not moved anywhere. But when you collaborate, have someone that does the logistics for you, have someone that, and you guys can share. You can share profit. You can do profit sharing. And that's what we do with our aggregators today. Aggregators handles VAS for us. Some of them handles our interconnectivity. At the end of the day, come to the table, we share profits. We can't be everywhere, because as you continue to be big, as your business continues to expand, you need to begin to let some of those experts handle some of those businesses. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very, very much. That was really, 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 really helpful. So before we leave, as a way of thanking our attendees, as well as also kind of technically thanking Mr. Ifeanyi's team, we have, I think the technical team has what they call fastest fingers. It's MTN recharge card for whoever is fast enough. So tech team, please, the floor is yours. Project. Let's, whoever God has blessed this Saturday, enjoy MTN's fastest fingers first.
It's out now.
Yes, please. Once you're successful, please just identify the chat room so that we can take the screen down and project. Yeah. Okay, I think all of them are showing now. Yes, they're all here. Thanks to MTN. Who's the lucky person? Okay, while that is still ongoing, would have loved to take out time to run like a demo on the Ask Hannah app. Tech team, please confirm if that can still happen. Because I think we've eaten into too much of our audiences to our correspondence time, to our audience's time. Hello? Can we still have that? Okay, I'm guessing that is a no-no. Okay. So to round up, I want to assume people have been lucky in registering, in loading this, but still leave the screen on, still leave it there, just in case. Yeah. So I would like to just close by thanking whoever has taken time out of their busy Saturday. I know Saturdays are usually referred to as Owambe Saturdays in Lagos and maybe some other parts of the country and outside. Thank you for attending, and I'm sure you've been educated and you're the better off for it. We'll try, with permission from our guest speaker, or should I say our faculty of today, we'll see how we can share the deck with the entire, with everybody that attended today's webinar. So of course we have your database, as it were, and I know the speaker also spoke to database at some point. So we have all of that, and we'll be sharing by email. Thank you again, and have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed weekend. Thank you. If you can end with the video, just play the video as people start to step out.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Move my products in the north or in the south? How do I promote my product? So there are a lot of information and a lot of knowledge that you need to support you to do well with your business. Ask Hannah has provided everything for you. Just go up there, install, and then ask any question, and the answer will be relayed to you immediately. And if you feel that beyond those free question and answer chats that you're going to have with Ask Hannah, you feel that you still want to go deeper, you can actually request to have a session with Hannah, the marketing director and the sales director, and she will be able to supply you with more information. SMEs are extremely important in any economy. They provide the most employment in any economy, and therefore it is important to support SMEs. And that is where Ask Hannah is there to support SMEs when it comes to marketing knowledge and sales.